Good evening. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me. Type in one in the chat box if you can hear me. Type in one in the chat box. So today's streaming is going to be different. So if you're having any question, if you're having anything bothering you, I will give you a chance for you to come to the stream to ask your question. Okay. If you have any questions, but we are going to do something special. So if you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box if you can hear me. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? If you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box. Kindly type one in the chat box if you can hear me. Let me post the link in the Telegram. Okay. All right. So good evening, everyone, wherever you find yourself. So where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? Kindly type where you are listening from. So you are not going to keep long, but it's going to be a lot of information pack. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? So kindly type in where you are listening from in the chat box. Let me know where you are listening from. Where are you listening from? Kindly type it in the chat box. So you should make it engaging. You shouldn't make it boring. Only one man show. We should make it engaging. We should make it engaging. So where are you listening from? So I'm having someone, Mr. Ankoma from Afanko. You are welcome, Mr. Ankoma. All right, so we're having Frederick listening from Sunyani in Bono region. Okay, you are welcome, brother Frederick, Mr. AJ Boatin. Okay, so at this point, I know a lot of people. So we're having Rosemary from Kenya. All right, Rosemary, you are welcome. I know it's late around clock 10 p.m. around in your side, but you've tried to join. You've tried to join. Okay, so I know a lot of people have been struggling, are really facing difficulty in predicting the market. And if you have been following me for some time now, you've seen how I've been predicting the markets like precise. So I'll say the whole of so we are in a fresh week. So the whole of last week, all my predictions. So we are going to do a chart breakdown on all the predictions that I did, all the prediction, the chart that I predicted. We started from that was GBP JPY, I think on Monday or Monday during the Asian session. It's played out. AUD, the second one was Euro NZD. I also drop this thing, the breakdown in my Telegram channel. It's also played out. We analyzed this thing to AUD card too. It's also played out. And the last one that was GBP card was something that's really it was something that really pained me. Like I moved out, so it has even drawn my attention to the volume time. Okay, it has even drawn my attention to the times that volume comes into the market. It has shifted. Those times we usually see volume during the lending session and the New York during the lending session around 7 o'clock. You, especially if you are trading GBP pairs, you are going to be seeing like a lot of big candles popping up. But just recently, the volume have shifted to what? It has shifted to the New York Stock Exchange session, even on currency market too. So mostly when you enter trades during the New York the lending session, you don't see massive movements recently. But for risk of late, all the volume has shifted to the New York Stock Exchange session. Okay, so it has even drawn my attention to pay attention to as in that time to I have to pay attention to those times too. I don't have to move out from my chart early. Okay. So I have to be waiting. Now I have to shift my the times that I mostly move out from the chart to maybe 3:30 p.m. Okay. Those are the times that maybe I'm going to just move out from the chart. Okay. Because GBP card was something like it was looking similar. Before that, I took a trade on GBP JPY and it moved by because I knew price might be moving up and down because of we were having an upcoming news. So I knew maybe the upcoming news is going to maybe bring price down to my stop loss. So what I did is what I protected my stop loss, because when it comes to news events, it's kind of uncertain. Anything can happen in the market. So when it is approaching, you have to find ways to protect yourself. You don't have to expose yourself when the news is about to hit. Other than that, the market is going to just stop you out. Okay. So mostly what I do is what during the during the news events, especially, I knew price is going to move because the setup was kind of very clear. Okay. So I can't let it go. And the reason why, if you are in my signal, the reason why I didn't share the GBP card was GBP JPY trade was because of the upcoming news. A lot of people don't know trade management. So when you share a trade that's it's kind of like it's going to meet a crash, they mostly find it difficult for them to manage the trade. So what I've done is what I don't have to be sharing such risky trade because I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to win. So mostly I send a high probability trade setups. I don't send risky trades, trade that's like 2 hours to the news event, because for me, I knew when the trade is moving, I'll break even. Okay, but a lot of people don't know how to do those things. So the GBP card was similar entry to the GBP JPY trade that I took. It was similar trade entry. So first of all, what I will do is what I will let us go to the GBP card, what I saw and my entry process, my thought process on the trade that I took. We are going to be breaking everything down for you to understand my thought process. Okay. So if you have any question, I know a lot of people are having questions that they want it to be addressed. So if you are here and you're having any question, what I will urge everyone to be doing is what I'll give you a chance. If only you are not shy of screen, you can come to the screen, join me. Then what you ask your question live. Okay. So I'll be sending the link over here. If you want to come around, okay, this is a privilege I'm giving to everyone, and you are not going to get it anywhere. Okay, so it's a privilege I'm giving it to everyone. So you just join me. Let me share the channel, the link, so you can join me live. Mm, you can join me live. Okay, let me delete it. Okay, you can use the link about to join me. Let me see your faces. Use the link about to join me live now. Okay. So if you have any question or question, okay. If you have any question, you can use the link that I've sent in the chat box. You request to join, you join me live, and you come with your questions. Okay. You can come ask me, how do I even see the chart? How do I even execute when it comes to my entries? You can come around and ask all those things. Okay. You can come around, because when it comes to trade predicting where price is going to go, I bet you I'm best in that. I'm best in doing that when it comes to predicting. But mostly the entries are the difficult thing, as in mostly you miss the market moves very fast. So it doesn't wait for your entry how you expect things to happen, and it will just move before you. That is what mostly happens. Okay, but the predictions are on point, but the entries price mostly moves fast and it doesn't wait for you, it will move before you. So that's the most difficult part. It's not difficult, like it's kind of boring. Like you'll be waiting for a very long time to something to happen, to play out, like hours waiting for something to play out, and later it will move before you. That's the most difficult part. But for predicting, speculating, the way I look at the chart is very precise. Okay, it's very precise. Okay, so let me share my screen. So those who want to join me live, as I said, you can come around and ask your questions. Use the link. So don't feel shy to ask questions. If you don't bring up your problems, how will it be solved? Okay. How will it be solved? So don't feel shy. Bring up your problems and let me address them. Or if you feel shy too, you can type it in the chat box too as well. So I'm coming. I want to project my screen. Okay. Demonstrate. Share screen. What's happening? Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Let's make it engaging. Shouldn't be one man show. All right. So as I said, the first trade, the first trade was GBP JPY. Okay, that's the Great Britain pounds Japanese yen. So what did I even see before taking such trade? Okay, what did I even see? So where did I even take the trade? So you can just take notes on most of the things that I considered, and you implement it in your trading system or your trading plan. You get it? You implement the same thing in your trading system or your trading plan. Okay, so trading is very simple. If you are just following the rules, you predict, like you start seeing the market differently. So I think here was the trade. Okay, that was 22nd April. April. So this is where we took the trade. Okay. So let's move to the monthly time frame. So one thing you need to understand is what you need to do top down analysis. Okay. We have something called top down analysis. We have something called top down analysis. Come in. So we have something called top down analysis. So you don't just have to wake up and just get into the middle of the time frames, then be taking trades over there. If you have been doing that and you lose, I think it's your own fault. So what you have to do is what we have something called top down analysis. That is when you analyze from the higher time frame or the highest time frame to the lowest time frame. And I started implementing the moment I got to understand this thing. I think predicting the market has become very easy for me. You get it? Predicting the market, I can bet you I'm very confident in what my speculation when it comes to what predicting where price is going. When it comes to the financial market, predicting the market has become very difficult easy for me because of these rules that I followed every day. Okay, so if you are here and you are facing difficulty in predicting the market, kindly just stay calm, just watch what I'll be doing and take notes of them. Okay, so that you implement the same thing. Don't be in rush to be taking trades. I know sometimes you feel like you have to, sometimes it even happens to me. I feel like I have to take trades, like those things, those feelings will be coming, but you have to know how to control it. Because if the market is not presenting something that you are used to, if the market is not presenting something that is in your playbook, okay, or your plan, your trading plan, it is, you don't have to be taking such trades. Okay, you don't have to be taking such trade. You have to what, stay calm and wait for price to align according to how you see the market to be playing out. Okay, so don't be in rush to be executing trades. So you have to have a trading plan, or have to have rules govern every single thing that you do in the market. Okay, you have to have rules. All right, so what I do is what, top down analysis. So GBP card, what did I even see before what, before saying price is going to sell? Okay, so we have to first of all move to the highest time frame, that is the monthly time frame, and identify your various rejectional levels. So I know a lot of people are finding it very difficult to identify the various rejectional levels. And sometimes I last time got a message, someone telling me that he got to understand the things that I do when after joining the boot camp, after explaining things very well for him when he joined the boot camp. Okay, so listen, this thing, no one is doing this thing. Mostly people are going to be doing recorded videos and be sending out for you. You are not going to, it's very, very like it's very difficult for you to come by someone devoted, dedicated to be doing what I'm doing for you people. Okay, I didn't get something of that sort when I started trading. I bet you I didn't get something of that sort when I started trading. So if you are getting someone who is committed, dedicated to just be having one-on-one with you, I bet you take advantage of it, because some of us learned it in a hard way. That is why it even took us a longer time for us to understand. It has taken me a very long time. So sometimes I will even just sit back and be reflecting on my journey. I said, this thing has this thing really took me a very long time. And I'm having some of my students, some of them are like seeing results. What exactly I see the market, they also see it the same thing. Just like within a year, that's wow. Okay, some of us learned it in a hard way. If you are facing any challenge or difficulty, you don't have anyone to go to. But fortunate for you people, you are getting someone. So if you are here, I'm going to be so never think about the money. If you are investing in yourself, never think about the money. 1 year to 2 years to come, you are going to get it in tenfold. Okay. So never think about the money. You are going to get it in tenfolds. When it comes to investing in yourself, up to now, I still buy courses online. I still get myself educated on certain things. So when you are investing in yourself, never get worried about it, okay? Because when it comes to the only way you are going to get returns of what, the only way you are going to be free in life is what, when you have value, when you having information. Okay, information is what separates the rich from the poor. They are not doing any hard thing. It's only information that you don't know. The rich know and you don't know. Okay, so I remember when I started getting exposed to certain things, sometimes I'll ask myself, so those times that I was broke, all these simple things were there and I wasn't able to take advantage of them. It's all because of what? Information accessibility. Okay, getting access to information. Okay, so I paid for mentorship. My mentor started exposing me to certain things. He started exposing me to how money works, how you can get money, how you can attract money, and those things. And I would just sit back and just be asking myself, all these informations were there. And those times I was really even struggle to even buying food to eat was even something difficult for me. You get it? And by God being so good for now, I can boldly say I've been able to what? Get money, open business, people working for me, all because of what? Getting information. So it shouldn't take you a very long time for you to get us wherever they are preaching about how to, wherever information is getting you are getting access to information. Don't just take it as something foolish or something. You get it? Just make sure you are being calm and listening to the person. Okay, you are going to get one or two things. Up to now, I still learn from YouTube. I still pay for mentorship. Okay, so the bootcamp will be starting next month on 5th. Take advantage of that. That is when you are going to get access to me. You are going to talk to me one on one. Those who have joined my bootcamp before can testify to that. I'm very welcoming. Okay, when it comes to asking me questions, when it comes to the bootcamp, that's the best place for you to get access to me. Get like everything that you need to ask. And as time goes on, to my knowledge level is kind of what, it's kind of going up when it comes to this game. So I would say those who are about to join this bootcamp are also going to be fortunate. Okay, you are going to be fortunate on how you are going to be seeing the price. I'm going to explain things very simple for you. It's not a hard thing if you pay attention to. I know people have been following me on YouTube, and I've been receiving tons of messages telling me the information I'm giving out. They are trying to, they've been applying it and it's working in their trading. They've been applying it in their trading plan and it's working for them. So if you are here and you've not joined the bootcamp before, and even if you have joined the bootcamp before and still you are not getting it, okay, I know sometimes some books you need to read it like 3 times before you can understand. So you can just contact me. We just talk and what you join the bootcamp. Okay. All right. So because you are not going to, most of the people are going to hand some courses for you. Just watch whilst you don't understand. This one is going to be recorded. You are still going to get access to me, going to record it. You watch, okay, get access to me live too as well. All right. So if you want to take advantage of the bootcamp, you can just my information is in the stream description. So you can just check me out, can just test me, and we take it from there. So someone is saying I hate lectures who talk more on than focusing on the teaching. You are talking plenty. Yes, sir. That's my stream. So if you feel like I'm talking plenty, you can leave, bro. That's my channel. So if you think I'm talking plenty, you can just leave. Okay. You, you just want to take from me. You don't want me to also take something from you. You just want to take, take, take. That's not how the world works. The world is give and take. You give and what you take. That's how it works. So if you feel like I'm talking plenty, you can just leave the stream, bro. All right. So let's talk about GBP. The internet is full of. He said you are talking plenty. Bro, it's my channel, eh? So if you feel like I'm talking plenty, you can just leave. All right, so let's talk about the what I'm let's talk about GBP JPY. All right. So first of all, as I said, you do your top-down analysis. You analyze from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So when it comes to the highest time frame, okay, the most important thing, mostly a lot of people find it very difficult to plot the various levels. So if you want to plot the various levels, as I said, use the concept of market structure. So this is how mostly the market moves. So it moves high, it will come down. He wants signals. It will move high, it will come down, it will move high, it will come down. Move up. So that's how the market mostly moves. So with the concept of drawing your support and resistance, because you are going to apply the same rules on the chart. Okay. So when price is moving up, that is what bullish candles. When price is moving down, when it is an uptrend, when price is moving up, that is what bullish candles. Okay. When price is moving down, it is what bearish candle, bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle. But one thing I've seen is what a lot of people find it very difficult plotting the various levels. Okay. So when it comes to plotting the various levels, this is how you are going to go by it. When the market and pulls moves up and pulls down, this is what is going to be what the turning point. So this point is going to be what we call current rejectional level or current resistance. When price is below, it is what you call resistance. When price is above, it is what support. So at this point, price is what below the level. So when price is below the level, what you are going to be doing is what this point is going to be, what this level is going to be your current rejectional level. Okay, so those who find it very difficult plotting the various levels, kindly please pay attention to this one. Today is not teaching. I came to just break down chart, but you let me explain it to you. So when price move again, when it is coming down, it is going to come down. It is when it is moving up. This point, okay, this is what you call, this is a bidding level. Okay, this is a bidding level. So this level, we are having what you're having a lot of buyers and sellers at this particular level. Okay, a lot of buyers and sellers So that's how the market is all about demand and supply. Demand and supply. If price gets to a demand, what is going to happen is what? If you're having a lot of what do you call it? If you're having a lot of buyers at a particular point, the market is what? Prices are going to move high. Let's say you're having a laptop and a lot of people are chasing the laptop. What is going to happen? The supplier or the dealer is going to increase price for the person who can buy it at a very high price to get access to the product. You get it? So it's the same thing in the market. The market is all about demand and supply. So the higher the number of people demanding for the product, the higher the price of the product, or the higher the product, the price of the product, or the product price is going to move up. You get it? And when you having a lot of sellers, okay, let's say maybe a particular laptop, you're having a lot of people selling the same HP laptop. A lot of people are they have flooded the market with HP laptop. What do you think is going to happen? This person supply let me bring up the concept of the demand and supply. So demand, let me explain demand and supply to you at a very easy this thing. So this is how it works. So when it comes to demand, demand simply means what? When a particular level, when it comes to trading, a particular level that a lot of people are willing to what? You're having a lot of buyers at a particular level. Okay, but in our traditional education or in our traditional schools, you were taught that demand is what? A price that consumers are willing and able to buy. You get it? So demand is simply means what? A lot of what? A lot of buyers. You get it? A lot of buyers. Okay, that's what you term it as what? Demand. Okay, a lot of buyers. So let's take a particular goods for instance. And as I said, I gave an example like a laptop, okay, or a computer. We're having a lot of people, okay, trying to getting access to this particular computer. Okay, maybe you're having a lot of people. We're having one computer. That means what? We're having only one person selling that computer, and you're having 100 of people. Okay, hundreds of buyers trying to get access to what? This computer. What do you think it will happen? Hundreds of buyers trying to get access to this computer. What do you think the supplier is going to be doing? What? Because he's the only one in the market, he's the only one having that product. What do you think he would do? He will just increase the price to what? Benefit, get a lot of what? Profit from the computer. You get it? Maybe he bought it at, let's say, maybe $100. He's going to sell it like $500 because there were a lot of demand for that particular product. You get it? So what is going to happen is what? When we're having a lot of people chasing this particular computer, the prices is going to what? Move up. So it's the same thing in the market. When this is how it works. This is how it works. This is how it works. Okay. So when price gets to this particular level, okay, when price gets to this particular level, what is going to happen is what? Because a lot of people are chasing this particular product, what is going to happen is what? Prices are going to what? Move up. Okay, and let's say with this particular computer, we're having, let's change it in other, we're having hundreds of people buying, hundred of people what? Selling the same particular product, and the number of buyers in the market is like only 3 people buying this particular product. What do you think is going to happen? Because everyone thinks like if he doesn't increase, if he doesn't lower his or product, he's not going to get anyone to buy. So he's going to lower the product for it to attract more what? For it to attract more customers, for it to attract more people to buy. So when you're having a lot of people supplying the computer, prices are going to what? Move down. Okay, so it's the same thing when price gets here. What is going to happen is what? Prices are going to what? Move down. So it's the same thing in the market. So the reactional levels are various supports and resistances. Support and resistances are the same as what? Demand and supply. So that's how the market moves. So it's very simple. The market is not going to do any other thing than to buy or sell. It doesn't move in edges, it doesn't move in diagonal. It's either going to buy or sell. It's very simple. It's either going to what? Move up or move down. That's very simple. So when price gets to this level is what we call equilibrium level. Equilibrium level in the sense that we're having a lot of buyers and sellers at this particular level. Okay, so this level is what you call equilibrium level. So anytime price is moving over here, anytime price is heading up, we are going to get reaction. So the reaction is either going to price is either going to move up. So this is the idea you need to get to draw your various support and resistance. So those who are struggling, have this mindset or have this idea in mind when you come to the real market or when you come to the live market trying to plot out your support and resistance level. Use this concept. Okay, use this concept. When price break out, this point has become the new demand level. Okay, this point has become the new demand level. So let's say, supposing price want to come down, it is going to come down to what? This level. We are going to get delay in price movement anytime price gets to this level, unless when maybe we're having liquidity. That means what? A lot of people buying and selling. Okay, other than that, when price gets to this level, you are going to get slow move in price movement. Okay, we are going to experience slow movement. Okay, in price is going to delay to, it's going to think. Okay, because at this point we are going to experience bidding. Either buyers are trying to what? Bid more, sellers are trying to offer what? A very low price. Okay, so there was contemplation going to happen over here. Either price is going to move up or price is going to move down. So that's how it mostly works. You get it? That's how it mostly works. So take advantage, pay attention to that. So it's the same thing that you are going to use. As I said, when you see markets moving down, it's comprised or it contains what? Bullish candle. When price is moving down, it contains what? Bearish candle. When price is moving down, bullish candle. When price. So this is the same principle you are going to. So this skeletal frame that I've I've done it over here, I've drawn it over here, is the same principle that it's applied over here. So when price, this contains what? This bullish candle, bullish candle. So this is what? A bullish or swing high. Okay, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. Is the same thing over here. So when you move it to the skeletal frame, this is how it's going to work. You see how it works? Okay, so this movement is continuation of the bullish candle. This movement is continuation of what? The bearish candle. So in case maybe you are confused and you still want to ask me question, you can just use the link that I sent. Okay, the link that I sent it in the description. So you're having someone on board. Sam, do you want to talk, or you just want to catch clues over here? You just want to you want to talk? Sam, you can unmute yourself and you just ask your question. Or I should remove you. Sam, you are on the stream. Can you talk?
Please, no, please. I'm just listening. Sorry.
I thought you want to. So the link is for those who want to ask questions. So I was thinking maybe you have a question to ask. All right. So you just came to catch some cruise. All right. So that's how it works. So that's how it works. So in case you have any question, kindly drop it. Use the link and come and ask your questions. Don't feel shy. So let's talk about the GBP JPY. So it's the same principle I'm going to be using. Okay, it's the same principles that I'm going to be using. So when it comes to the monthly time frame, okay, with the monthly time frame, I draw my level. So you see, as I change it to the line chart, you see the levels are clear. You see the levels are clear. The levels are clear. You can just plot it out. You see how clear, but mostly it becomes very confusing, especially if you are not experienced. It becomes very confusing for you to, if you're a beginner, it becomes very difficult for you to plot the various levels. And one thing too you need to understand about the various levels is you need to make sure you are getting the levels exactly, because the body of the candle is what you are going to use it in our decision making. Okay, the body of the candle is what we are going to use in our decision making. So you need to pay attention to the levels. You need to make sure it has touched it exactly. Okay, so this is how I mostly do it. So for me to get the accuracy of the levels, I mostly what? Use the line chart. Okay, so I'll place it exactly on top of the level. I'll place it exactly on top of the levels. You get it? So because I'm doing top down analysis, I have to what, move to the highest time frame to be doing those things over there. Okay, I have to move to the highest time frame to be doing those things over there. So this is how it works. So after that, I'll move to the weekly time frame. So with the weekly time frame, I'll do the same thing over there. Okay, I'll do the same thing over there. I'll check the various levels. So you change it to line chart. You see, this is the current market price. At the initial point, it becomes something like confusing, but don't get worried. Just pay attention, and things are going to sound like it's going to make clear. It's going to make sense to you with time. Okay, so with time it's going to make sense. So this is the current market price. So if you want to see the current market price, you see the hidden line over here. The hidden line is the current market price. You get it? The hidden line is the current market price. So if you are drawing your levels, make sure your rejectional level is close to the current market price. So what's the current market price? As I said, indicated, this is the current market price. So since price is price has started moving up, this point is going to be your rejectional level. You get it? This point is going to be your rejectional level, or some people will call it resistance level, key level. It's all the same thing. Okay, the most important thing is what, you just have to understand how to identify them, not you knowing the levels. That's not what. So you don't have to delete it when you move to the other time frames. Okay, you have to keep it the same. So when I move to this one, it's going to just be, maybe you are going to be seeing in the middle of the line. Just don't pay attention to, just forget about it. If the most important thing is what, when it comes to the time frame that you are plotting it, just pay attention to the time frame, plot it exactly on the level, and move to the other time frame. So since price is heading up, there's no need for me to calm down, because this is weekly time frame. One thing you need to understand about the weekly time frame is what, it takes time. Every week one candle is formed, every week one candle is formed. So since price is not even close, it's going to take a very long time for price to come down to this level. But if you think you are going to plot it, that fine. But for me, it's not necessary, unless, because mostly every session adjust my analysis. Okay, because since price is moving, I'm also trying to what, catch up. So I analyze base. Every session I analyze. If price is changing, I analyze to what, just adapt, or just be up to date with the chart. You get it? So this is where price is. So I know if price since price is moving up, there's no zone around this level. So it's like you are crossing a road. You need to watch your left, you need to watch your right. But when it comes to the forex market, if you are trying to do your analysis, you watch left. Okay, you watch left. We don't watch here. This is the current market price. So if you want to, because we use historical data to do our analysis. So if price is moving up, I'm going to watch my left to make my decisions. Yeah, so if I'm watching over here, if price is heading up, this is the level that price is going to just maybe get rejected, then it will move down. Okay, so that's all what I will do at the weekly time frame. So when I move to the monthly time, the daily time frame, okay, so the daily time frame, that's where I'm going to watch the trend. So you see, a lot of people just come to the market and they are confused on the decision to take. One important thing you need to pay attention to, anytime you come to the chart, the most important thing, or the first thing you need to do is what, ask yourself, where where is the trend, where is the market heading to for the session you are going to be trading, or for the day. If you can't give yourself an answer to this question, you are going to be at the wrong side of the market, which is also going to cost you a lot of money. You are going to lose money by doing that. You get it? You are going to lose money by being at the wrong side of the market. So for you to know if you are the right side of the market, you have to first of all understand where exactly is price moving to. Okay, you need to ask yourself, where are the big players moving price? Where are the big players taking their position? So that you follow the market, because you can't be moving. What one uncontrollable factor that we don't have control over in the market is predicting where price is going to go. That is a very difficult thing every retail trader can do. You can't just move price. We don't move price, we just follow price. You get it? So you need to follow where price is moving. Okay, follow where price is moving. The way your shadow follows you, you need to also follow where price is going. Okay, if price is moving up, don't be moving down. But some people will ask, so which time frame am I going to be using it to be doing this thing? It is what I use, the daily and H4 time frame. I don't use any other time frame than the daily and H4 time frame, because I've tested it and I've seen that if you go against these time frames, it mostly hurts you. Okay, so I read price on the daily and H4. If it gives me a directional bias, if it gives me directional bias, then I'll use it for my decision making. You get it? So the daily time frame, I have to ask myself, what is the trend? Okay, so I said, where did you take the trade? Was around, is it 20? Let me check it out. It was 20 seconds. So I have to remove this one. So this one has even become like an education. I came to just make things simple, but it's it has even taken long than what I expected. Yeah, so this is where price was then when I was speculating. So when I come to the daily time frame, okay, you need to understand that time frames are basically the times that like as in the various times that candles are being printed. Okay, maybe within every day one of these candle is printed. So the daily time frame simply means within every day one of these candle is being printed. When it moves to the H4 time frame, it basically means what, within every 4 hours one of those candle is being formed. Okay, so don't get it confused. In case maybe you are confused on what I'm talking about, kindly drop two. If you are getting it, if it is making sense, to drop one in the chat box. If you are getting it confused, drop two. If it is making sense, drop one. If you are getting it confused, drop two in the chat box. If it is making sense, drop one in the chat box. If it is making sense, drop one. If you are getting confused, drop two in the chat box. Kindly drop two in the chat box, because I want most of my followers to understand. So gallery, you came to fight with me. Gallery said it's making sense. So you are more than one over here, please. Okay. So Ajay Boatin also said it's making sense. Newton said it's not making sense. So Newton, so can you use the link and just join me on the chat for you to just explain why, where you are not getting it, or why you are not getting it. Okay, or if you feel shy too, you can. If you are broke, if you kindly type your question in the chat box. Okay, kindly tell. So Achi said it's making sense. All right, so I think I'm getting, most people are saying it's making sense. So all right, so I'm very sure you are Newton, you are a beginner. That's why it's getting confused. But if you have followed me for some time now, I think it should make sense to you now by now. Okay, it should make sense to you by now. All right, so let's move to the daily time frame. So with the daily time frame, so just kindly, you don't expect it to get it at once. Okay, it's going to take you some time. So just, yes, I'm a beginner. Yeah. So it's not going to make sense at this point. So just follow blindly. That's what I would advise you. Even if it's not making sense, follow blindly. Try to take notes. Okay. But so try. So if you're a beginner, it's very important you join it's very important you join the upcoming boot camp. All these things I'm going to start from scratch. The candlestick anatomy, explain to what mostly I see on the chart before I would say I'll make a decision. So kindly take advantage of the boot camp. Join the boot camp. Things are going to make sense to you. If you are a beginner and you are just, because most of the things that I do on YouTube are for those who already understand. But if you are totally beginner, it will become very. I'm trying to. It's for those who understand my system and they want to polish. They want to just get used to the analysis. That's for them. But if totally beginner, it will very very difficult for you to understand. So one thing I would advise you to be doing is what, just join the boot camp and things are going to sound well. You can ask me any question. I'm going to start from scratch. Okay, this thing is not something very hard. With time, if you just be consistent with it, you are going to get it. So let's move to the daily time frame. So with the daily time frame, that's where I'll ask myself, where are the big players moving the market? Okay, where are the big players moving the market? So at this point, the big players, based on my experience, without even reading the market, I understand that the big why the things make me difficult. Sunny Siedu. Why the things makes me difficult. So are you totally be are you a total, like, you just started trading or you've been trading and you are not getting the concept? One thing is what the forex market, everyone's you're having different ways of analyzing the market. So this is the way I analyze the market. Maybe you might go and see trader B, he analyze it differently. Okay, so maybe you are finding it very difficult for you to understand. It's one can be what, maybe you are a beginner, totally beginner, and two, it can be maybe you are using different system. Okay, that might be the two reason you are not getting it. But other than that, if you have been following me, you need to you get the concept. Okay, so why are things make me difficult? Okay, so the daily time frame, I have to ask myself, what is the direction of the market? What is the Mr. Tinkran said is getting Mr. Tinkran FX? So what's the direction of the market? Okay, what's the direction of the market? So those who ask what's the direction of the market, you need to ask yourself, the market at this point is what? A downtrend. Based on my experience, it's a downtrend. This is where I'll start reading it. Okay, you need to read them. You see how the lotto forecasters read the charts? You see, sometimes you go and see they will be holding some uh graphic with a lot of numbers. You will get confused. How do these people even analyze? It's the same thing in forex. They'll be using pen to mark some numbers. You just ask yourself, what do these people see that I'm not seeing? Because of what? Experience. They know what they see that you don't see. So it's the same thing in the market. I know if you're a beginner, someone might be asking, what does this guy see that I'm not seeing? Because of experience. So this is how you read it. Okay, if you are new over here, this is how we read the chart. Okay, so as I said earlier, continuation of bullish candles is what you call swing highs. If you see a bearish candle, it means the market is falling. If you see a green candle, it means the market is moving up. It's moving. If you see red, it means the market is moving down. If you see green candle, it means the market is moving up. Okay, so these are, if you see green candles, mean the market overall is what? A bullish trend. It's based on the overall trend. Okay, so this is what it is moving down, it is moving up. Okay, and one thing you need to understand is what, when it comes to the market, even if the overall direction of the market is an uptrend, sometimes you might be getting some short-term counter trend moves, okay, or short-term reversal or short-term pullbacks, but that doesn't mean the overall direction of the market has changed. So it's the same thing in life. Sometimes sometimes you'll be moving up, life will be, things will be very smooth. If you are working, like you are getting the promotions, your family are healthy, everything is going on right, and all of a sudden, maybe there was going to be some sickness. All of a sudden, some sickness are something that you can't control. Okay, sometimes you try our best to control sickness, but at long run you can't control. When sickness is about to hit, you can't control it. Okay, so all of a sudden sickness will just come in. Maybe it will just hit one of your kids, or you yourself, sickness will come and you can't even go to work. So those are what the pullbacks I'm talking about. But if you are very determined, and if you are very, very let's say, with time, if you have strong belief and hope, you understand that with time you are going to just wake up, or you are just going to stand up on your feet. So this is what the direction. It's like you are in what? A bullish move, a bullish direction. Okay, so when you see a pullback, it means some small minor problems has hit you. If price moves up, it means what? You are in your prime, like everything is moving on fine, things are just working for you. Okay, so that's how the market works. So sometimes you will be in trade and you just project or predict, oh, price is going to move up. Okay, but you'll be having some pullbacks or reversals. So those reversals are the examples that I gave, that sometimes sickness can just hit in. You can just like some minor issues will just come in, set in. Okay, your finances will be some business. If you're having your own business, maybe sales will be down, very difficult. Things are going to be very tough. But if you are very determined, if you are a strong believer, you believe that things are going to pick up again. Those are the reversal movement. Those are the pullbacks. Okay, and when things start clicking, those are what, when the market is in this like trending, like the market is moving. You get it, things are moving right for you. You get it. So that's how it mostly works. You get it. Okay, so at this point the market is trending up, even though we're having some short-term reversals, but these are short-term. So the market is trending up. You get it, the market is trending up at this moment. So we had some pullback over here. So this is where there was a change in direction of the market. There was a change in trend. So the market was trending up, and at this point the market shifted to trend down. Okay, it pulls back again. So this is what, at this point the market is in what, a downward move. This bullish candle you are seeing over here, initially we said it's what, the market is trending up, but since the overall direction at this point has shifted over here, the trend is what, a downtrend. So this is just a minor pullback, the trend continued. A minor pullback, the trend continued. So the reason why I saw the a daily time frame to be a downtrend is what, because of this direction of the market. At this point the market is what, a downtrend. So I have it in mind, the daily time frame is what, a downtrend. So after identifying the direction of the market, I know the big players are taking, at this point, as I've understood that the daily time frame is a downtrend, I've come to realize that the big players are trying to sell the market. You get it. So I'll try to bring two time frames and join them together. If they are in the same direction, it gives me confidence that I have to look for a sell. That is what you call setup. So you need to understand that there's difference between setup and entry. Okay, if you are a beginner over here, I know things are going to be very confusing. So this is what setup. Okay, so the daily time frame at this point is what, downtrend. Okay, you see, I'm making things very simple. A lot of people are going to complicate things to you, but it's very simple. Forex is very simple. Just understand how to read charts and things are going to be very clear. So after identifying the direction, which is a downtrend, I then come to what, identify the levels, because I understand that if price is moving down, it is going to get reaction over here. So there was going to be challenge on where price is going to move. Okay, there was going to be a challenge on where price is going to move. So so anytime price gets here, I'm going to be very cautious on what to do. You get it. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So with the H4 time frame, what's the direction of the market at this point? So the H4 time frame direction is what? Also a downtrend. So how did I know it's a downtrend? At certain points, the market was like moving down. This is a downtrend. Okay. And it just pulled back. So this is the minor problems that I was talking about. Pull back, even though it is moving up, but the overall direction is what? An uptrend. It just pulled back, came down again. This is a minor what? Pullback. So the market is what? A downtrend at this point. So where did we get the change in direction? So the change in direction came when this point got broken. Okay, the moment price broke above this one, the trend shifted towards a downtrend. So at this point, I have it in mind that the trend is what? A downtrend. So you see, the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend. H4 time frame is what? A downtrend. So we're having these two higher time frame direction being the same. Since we are focusing our direction on the day, on like we are taking our trades based on daily, we are not going to hold trades overnight. You need to focus on the daily time frame. And since we are focusing on the sectional bias, you need to focus on what? The H4. So at this point, the trend is what? The trend at this point is what? A downtrend. Okay, the trend is a downtrend. So this is also a rejectional level at this point. So since the trend is a downtrend, I'm going to be looking for a sell. And this is, I said price move from zone to zone. So as I've identified that the direction is what? A downtrend. If price is moving down, it is freely to move to this side, because there was no reactional, there was no support and resistances. If you are looking left, you get it, there was no support and resistance. You see, when price was moving at this point, price freely moved, because there was no like something like like support and resistance over it. There was nothing like this, or there was nothing like this. Price freely moved to that level. You get it? So the moment I saw something like this, there was a price moved, pulled back. The moment price pulled back over here, the moment price did something like this, you get it? So this is where there was a change in direction. So at this point, the trend is what? A downtrend. So when price pulled back, so price made a pullback. You see, price has broken above this level. So at this point, this level is no more valid. This level has become invalidated. So this is the current support level. You get it? So let's see what price did. So the moment I saw something like this, so this point has become a new support, a resistance level. Okay, a new support level. You get it? So as you indicated earlier, daily time frame is a downtrend, H4 time frame is a downtrend. You get it? Daily is a downtrend, H4 is a downtrend. So we are going to be looking for a sell, not a buy. You get it? So at this point, what I'm going to be doing is what? Wait for an entry. So what did I see? Let's see what happened. So the moment I saw something like this broken above this one, okay, the moment I saw something broken out below this one, I have to look forward a sell. So at this point, now we're having a new resistance level over here. So price, I can hide my stop loss below this one. Price is freely going to head to this level because there was no support and resistance. The only level that price is going to struggle is at this level. So anytime price gets here, I'm just going to move out. Just wait for a breakout, break below, then I'll take my next position. Okay, if you have strong belief that price is going to head down, then you can just bring your stop loss to break even level point. So this is the point I'm going to take my entry. But when I take an entry over here, I think I'm going to get price at a very low price. You see, we will sell at a very high price and buy at a very low price. So if I'm selling, I have to sell at a very high price. At this point, if I'm selling over here, I just see price to be at a very high price. Okay, so I'll move to this is when it will just I'll move to the lower time frame. So this is where I think the entry will be taken. Since this one has broken below, you see this one is giving me a perfect entry. So this point is going to be my entry. Stop loss is going to be below the candle low. It's kind of, let's see, maybe the 30-minute time frame. So this point, I think my stop loss is going to be here. My take profit is going to be here. As I indicated, anytime price will get to this side, we are going to get reaction. So let's see how it goes. So we had a pullback, price started coming. So I'm now in the trade, you see. So this is where we got triggered. This is where you would have been triggered in the trade. You see how simple the analysis looks like. Just identify the direction of the market and just look for your entry. As simple as ABC. Okay, so if you are here and if you want to see or if you want to understand how I break down charts, you are getting confused. How did this guy even did this thing? I'm very confused. If you are confused, join the bootcamp. On 5th, I'm going to what? Start everything afresh. I'm going to explain things to you, my thought process. Okay. I've done this thing for a very long time. So I know what works, what you need to focus on. What if you are doing it to yourself, you are going to be focusing on a lot of things and you are going to end up being confused, losing a lot of money. So instead of the money to use it to fund your account, use the money to invest in yourself. You get it? Use the money to invest in yourself. That is where you are going to, if you are already trading and you are getting things confused, you are struggling to analyze the market. Okay, analyze the market. So with some of my students, the moment I tell them, oh, there was an opportunity on this one, they just confirm, like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And most of I can go on for last week, a lot of chat that I analyze. Some of them I even said it on my this thing, my mentorship group. Everything was clear, especially on GBP card. It was one trade that it really pissed me off. I didn't take that trade. It was a clear trade, but I just moved out from the chart and I couldn't take advantage of. Okay, so I've been predicting the market. All these moves were predicted. All this move was something that we analyzed. This one I even took it live with my students. Price just came back and it even got to the target more than that. So predicting the market is something like simple and easy. So if you want to know more about how I analyze, join the bootcamp. That's the best. This is not a recorded. The bootcamp is not going to be a recorded something to be handed to you. It's live. You get access to me. Ask your question live. Okay, get access to me. Ask your question live. So if you want to understand, because one thing about trading is what, if you get a concept, now funding is not a problem. Uh we haven't funding companies who are willing to fund you. If you pass the valuation account, they are going to fund you to trade. So funding is not a problem. The most important thing you need to what understand is the skill. If you get the skill, funding is not a problem. You get it. I've tried the funding, I've gotten a payout from there before. So I understand funding is not a problem. So just get the skill. I think 1 to 1 risk is so risk. 1 to 1 is risk. So when it comes to trading, risk to reward is, you don't have to just force things to happen. As in, I want to get 1 to 2. I want to get, so let's say with the trade that I'm talking about with GBP JPY, let's say I'm saying 1 to 2. If I'm saying 1 to 2, and I know clearly that if price gets to this point, it's going to reject. You see the problem most traders are facing. You just have to force things, then extend your this thing like 1 to 2, whilst you know that this is daily rejectional level, and anytime price gets here, majority 90% of the time price might retrace towards your entry level. And you said because it is risk to reward, 1 to 2 is you have been told 1 to 2, so you just have to extend it and price will come to your break even point. Nah, that is not for me. Sometimes my risk to reward varies. Some of the trades can give me like 1 to 3 risk to reward. Some of the trade can give me 1 to 5. Some of the trade can give me 1 to 1. I take trades on based on what makes sense. This is what the market is giving me. This is the market is indicating, or the market is telling you that when I get to this point, there was going to be a confusion among buyers and sellers. And you said, oh, because you were told 1 to 1 or 1 to 2, so you just have to what, allow the trade, and see, you just allow the trade, and later you are going to be stopped out. So anytime, so you see what happened. So now you are, so yeah, let's say you've exposed yourself, you see at the end you are going to lose. You get it. So price move from demand to supply. So anytime price we are selling, so this point is going to be a demand level. This point you haven't, a lot of what, buyers around this point. Buyers, when we technically, buyers are more than sellers over here. You get it? Buyers are more than sellers over here. So when price gets to this side, you see when there was no levels over here, you see how price freely moved to the level, price moved through. But anytime price gets to this side, you see how price struggled before. You get it? So you need to be logical. Don't be just be based on feelings, based on some risk to reward, something that you were told. Some of the trades can give you like 1 to 2 risk to reward. How can I reach to you Telegram group? So my Telegram group is in the description below. So check my description. You get it? My Telegram link is in the description below. So risk to reward, let the market speak to you. You get it? Let the market is always speaking to you. So just give it a listening ear and listen to what the market is telling you. That's the most important thing. You get it? That's the most important thing. Yeah, so I think I've exhausted my time. I wanted us to analyze GBP card, but I'm really exhausted at this point. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. And oh, you guys are not giving a like to the stream. If you have not subscribed to the channel too, kindly subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the community. Okay, because a lot of, if you follow me for some time, you really become like, you predict the market. I want everyone to understand how the market works. Okay. Yes, so at this point, if you have any question, kindly drop it. If you want to come on the stream too, if you want to hop up on the stream too, you can join me on the stream. Is anyone having a question How can I? So if you want to, if you are here and you are not part of the Telegram community, kindly join the Telegram community too as well, because I normally drop a lot of gems over there. Sometimes I drop analysis over there. I give trade ideas and other stuff. So a lot of I'm mostly active on Telegram. Okay, so that's my social. So I'm mostly active over there. So you can join me over there. So check the description. You see my Telegram channel over there. You join. Any questions so far? You guys are not making the class engaging. Any question? Any question, please? Which do you think is better trading with? So please, someone is saying, please, which do you think is better, trading with prop or using your own money? So you need to start with your own money. Prop is for experience, for those who already knows what to do. If you don't know what to do, use your own small money. Try it. Okay. If you are able to grow your small money, then you use the returns. Okay. You use the returns to get a profit. If you can't grow your small account, forget you can pass prop firm. It's even difficult. Okay. If you can't grow an account, forget of prop firm, because it's even difficult than what you think. So just start with your small amount, grow is for small. Okay. Grow is small. If you get some maybe $40, you use it to buy prop, then you start from there. That means you know what you are doing. Yeah, so if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Is there any question? Okay, so someone is also saying, do you take the trade based on the please? So do you take the trade based on the fact that it broke the rejectional level? So yeah, I took the trade. I see I'm having many confluences. One, I have to make sure the trend. Okay, so I follow the trend. Since the daily and H4 are in the same direction, I took the trade based on the zone. We're having clean zone to my left. Okay, there's clean zone, price has broken, the body of the candle has broken below, so I can take entry. And what, the time you are going to be taking the trade, to factor the time is very important. Okay, you need to factor the time of the day is very important. You don't have to randomly wake up in the middle of the night just because you had a bad dream, then you start trading. That's very bad. You get it? So the time of the day is very important. So yeah, so when it broke the rejectional level, then I took the trade. So please, how long do you stay in a trade after opening the position? What type of trader are you? Swing trader? So as I explained earlier, you see, someone was asking me about what do you call it, risk to reward. So it doesn't, some of, if the trade hasn't got into my target, I can just stay in the trade as long as it is going to hit my target. If it hasn't hit my target, I remember last week I held trade overnight. So it depends on the time the trade is going to get to my target. If it hasn't gotten to my target, I'm still in the trade. Or if it has moved enough, maybe more than 1 to 2, and it still hasn't gotten to my target, I can decide to close the trade because I've gotten what. But if the trade, like maybe like 1 to 1, and it hasn't gotten to my target, I'll just maybe break even and allow the trade to run, so that when it comes back I don't lose anything. Yeah, so I sometimes held, sometimes I can enter a trade and within some less than a minute it will get to my target. So it depends on the market condition. So hello everyone, mine is just to extend my gratitude for your lessons and guidance. Many thanks. God bless you. So thank you too. uh Thank you to also having a listening ear to listen. Okay, so yeah, so I hope all the questions has been answered. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Let's make the class engaging. So this is the best time for you to get me. You get it? So you take advantage of it and ask your questions. Take advantage and ask your questions. Is anyone having a question? You having less than 2 minutes. Ask your question and let's move. Is anyone having a question? Okay, so you having less than a minute. Okay, all right. So thank you. How do you the daily bias? So with the daily bias, I mostly use the daily and H4 directional bias. Okay, the daily and H4 directional bias. So guys, thank you all. See you all same time. So tomorrow I'll come live early morning to analyze the market. So see you all tomorrow same time. Bye.